Hello everyone, you're welcome once again to my video. I'm glad to be here this morning, and in this video today I will be talking majorly about what has transpired on Ethereum USDT and also give a bit of my prediction as to where Ethereum BTC is going to. This morning I would like to, because the thing is this, when anytime I see the market, I always have to analyze from the monthly down to wherever, maybe 1 minute. And that gives me an insight of what exactly is happening in the market and where I should be buying or selling. So, but I'm not going to go into that today. I want us to look at the history of what do you call it, Ethereum over the months, over the years. And let's start from monthly. Before we talk anything about the monthly, as you can see here, kindly permit me to do some little bit of explanation. If you remember, I always say that the price in market always uh, do two things. Either it is giving a fair value or whether it is taking liquidity. And what I mean is this: when price goes like this, it creates a fair value around here, then it comes back into that fair value, right? And then the next thing, it moves above that price, right? Leaving another fair value around here, then it comes back. So basically, that is what we see the market doing all the time. And in a situation where the market comes back here, crossing this, using this one now, taking liquidity here. Sometimes you may take it up and whatever. So, but then sometimes when it takes liquidity here, then it comes back into a fair value here and then continue to go back down. So that's why you have the head and shoulder formation and what have you. So, while after saying this, now let us use this same concept now to explain what has happened in this market. When you come to monthly, you'll find out that an order block, we have an order block around here, a monthly order block here, and then price started from this level, created that order block, and then came back down, taking out this liquidity, right? Now, after taking out this liquidity, price left us with this fair value here. Can you see? And there's another smaller fair value around here also. And we all know that fair value gaps are gaps that will be filled regardless, right? So in this case, price came, filled this value, fair value, went all the way up, creating a monthly fair value gap. You can see I've indicated it right here, right? And also another monthly fair value gap here. This is a smaller one and very trickish. Most people don't see this. So when you get here, you think that price will continue, only for price to go ahead, go into the other block because there is this fair value around there that has to be filled. So, and now price got to this order block and then continue to the downside. Now let's go to weekly. Um, on weekly, what we have is this. Now this is the highest point that the price has reached so far, 4,800 800 US dollars. Now you can see on weekly, under weekly, we have obviously our what do you call it, our institutional reference points are more clearly seen right now. You have your order block here, which is the monthly order block, and then you have your monthly what liquidity. And if you remember what I told you, I said market is always doing what, either taking, creating fair value or taking liquidity. Now market has taken liquidity here, so we expect market to do what, come into this order block here, and then what, continue and taking liquidity to the downside. So even if market is eventually going to go back up to this side, market must eventually come here before it can cross it, because it has already used this point here as an order block. That's for monthly. And then on weekly, the order block, you can see it is here. Here's the order block. It has reduced all the way to this point. So now this is the technique we normally use in order to reduce risk. So if you don't want to enter at the monthly order block, you can come and enter either at the weekly or daily or whatever. So this is the method we use for what price will definitely get to all these order blocks. And okay, so before it eventually move whatever direction it's going to go. So when we come to the weekly order block, you discover that price is still here. So we are trading in between this particular environment. So now let us look at what is going on. So you can see at this point we have a change of character. This was where market changed its character, right? So you can see market changes character. We have a liquidity around here. We have liquidity around here. Now price came all the way, touched this point here, came back down. Now instead of it to take this fair value here, let me expand it a bit. Instead of it to take out this fair value here and then continue, it crosses, take liquidity on the downside. Now went ahead and now also take liquidity on the upside. So making this place now become the creating another block here. Then fill this fair value and then went ahead to continue to the upside. So you have a change of character here. You have a change of character here, and then you also have your break of structure. Okay, break of structure. You have another smaller one here, right? But at this point here, so at this point, what now happened? At this point, market created liquidity around here and then also at the bottom. But now we now have this uh, uh, liquidity take that was cleared around here, and there's a fair value here. So you're expecting market to come back. If eventually this market will be bearish, the market have to come below this, right? So then you expect the price to come back in here before crossing to the other side, because already this is where the last point of reference that was created. So we can see price came into it but could not cross it. It crossed it and then immediately went back. So it now continued, took liquidity on the other side too, and then now continue to this side again, took liquidity also around here. So it was really a game of liquidity taking when you look at the weekly chart. So then we now saw another change of character, right? Under the weekly change of character, you have liquidity at the bottom, liquidity at the top. You now have this liquidity that was cleared. So there is no any fair value gap. So you're expecting that price will go into the other block and then will now come back down. But of course, price will always be priced. It cleared that liquidity there and then went ahead. Now price now came back into the fair value gap there and then went ahead. And now what are we expecting? We're still in the monthly what do you call it, monthly order block. So we're expecting price is either price will take out this liquidity here or it will use this point here as an order block, right? So which means if you should use this place as an order block, so we call this weekly order block. Weekly order block, right? So that is it. Now let's go to daily. So on a daily, what are we seeing? So good. So what we are seeing on the daily, which is the same thing that we have seen earlier, we saw a change of character here. We saw a change of character here. So price took liquidity here, creating a fair value. But after taking the liquidity, instead of price to come back into this, fill the fair value and then continue to downside, it also cleared to the other side, creating other, break of structures, and all the way to this point. And for me, I believe price is going to the order block, the weekly order block, and then most likely break to the downside. And then continue to the downside. Don't forget we have this monthly liquidity around here, and that's where I think market is going to go eventually. So while you are trading, you be careful out there, so that you not end up pushing yourself too hard. So now let's go to 4 hours. On 4 hours, let's just look at what the market has presented. Um, so you can see, let's start from here. This was a break of structure we just saw here, and here there's another break of structure, a smaller break of structure, but then there's a fair value there. There's a small fair value gap in between. So price created liquidity here and then took out that liquidity, leaving a fair value gap, and then price traded into that fair value and then continued to the upside. I think the price even went all the way down, not onto the fair value alone, onto the another block at the bottom, and then went ahead up. So that is that. So we have and then on the 4 hours we have this fair value gap. But this is where market is trading as at yesterday. we have this fair value gap here, and then price came into it. There was an order block here. For you to see this order block now, you have to come to maybe 30 minutes or 15 minutes maybe. Yeah, so you can see this is the order block here. Let's look at it on 30 minutes to have a good view. Good. So on 1 hour, we see the order block. That is it here. Can you see it? So price traded into the order block. Now continue moving to the upside and took our liquidity. So we're expecting price to, come back down into another institutional reference point around here before it will now continue to the upside. My target, I can see, as far as I'm concerned, price may have to reach up to this weekly order block here for it to continue to the downside. However, if it doesn't, fine, because our main target will be on the monthly liquidity there. So basically, that is it on my video this morning. What do you think? What do you think about what is happening within the market? What do you think about what's happening within Ethereum? And what do you think the price is going to eventually turn out? Let's share ideas. You can mention it in the comment. Don't forget to follow. People are watching my videos without following me. That's not fair. Follow me. I'll be releasing good videos like this on different assets just for us to share ideas and also to learn. And if you want to learn, don't forget, if you want to learn on one-on-one basis, feel free, book a session with me. Details is on my Twitter handle and my pin tweet. You'll find it there. And also here, also in this video, you can also check out my you can also send me a message, a direct message on Twitter, or also on Telegram. You can join our Telegram channel for free hints, tips, and also signals. So basically, that is that. Don't forget to like, follow, and also retweet or repost or share. Thank you very much for listening. Once again, this is Handix. Do have a great Sunday ahead. God bless.